they're fighting for a playoff spot. They were physical. They disrupted us. They definitely disrupted our offensive rhythm. You just saw how good they can be. All that rim protection, when you do beat that first line of defense, you got trees waiting for you at the rim. And I thought we challenged them a ton and maybe missed some kickouts. But I do think some of it was self-inflicted too. Like, we've just got to be better from the start, right? We're missing a bunch around the rim. A different start, maybe that's a different game. So credit to Seattle. They came out and they dictated that game. We've got to learn from it, and we've got to continue to grow and be better.
I know you can't use it as an excuse. It's professional basketball, but a lot of things you talked about, missing around the rim, the slow closeouts, different things like that, it can be physical exhaustion. And with your schedule and coming down to the end of the season, I know there's not much you can do, but what can you try to do to get as much freshness into your athletes as possible?
Yeah, just, they continue to respect the process of being a pro. So, as soon as the game is over, the recovery process starts, right? We have a tremendous staff that pours into them. They're doing everything they can post-game. And then tomorrow, everything we can do to get them ready to play a 3 o'clock game on a Sunday. So there's just so much that goes into getting their, number one, their body's ready, but then, the mind is another piece of it too. So all that exhaustion, how can you get them to a good state of mind to be able to lock in, retain information, and execute, because some of that fatigue physically shows up mentally, right? And that shows up with lapses in scouting report and failure to do what we wanted to do in stretches.
Coach, Paige was coming off a historic 44-point game. What did Seattle do tonight to slow her down defensively?
Yeah, I thought they were extremely physical with her, number one. Threw a lot of bodies at her on ball screens. I thought Sykes did a good job on her. They were just really physical with her. It was really tough for her to move and get touches. And then when she got touches, there's multiple bodies at her, so they're going to challenge her to make the right play over and over. No doubt there's some hangover from a performance like that, but she'll be the first to tell you no excuses. She could have been better, and we all could have been better together, trying to use that physicality to our advantage. We just, turnover, like when we tried to burn it and use it against us, it was just half a second late, half a inch short, right? You saw all these turnovers that it's just a game of inches, but again, credit to Seattle for their physicality and their toughness to dictate that game.
How some of the hardship this season just helped you grow as a coach, and then also maybe personally too?
Yeah, that's no fun. The fans don't deserve that, and our team feels it the worst. So, everyone knows that and feels that. But being able to continue to take the positives out of that, even when it doesn't seem like there are any positives, feeling how bad that feels and just wanting to not feel that way again. And so, reflecting and then going forward, what are the moments here where we can get it back and kind of change things? So we'll stay together. That locker room is together, right? They know that was a poor effort, and we have to be better. So the good thing about the schedule is short-term memory. Now we get to turn around and play again on Sunday. So that's the bad thing about the schedule, but it's also the good thing about the schedule.
With Lee out tonight, obviously it's tough when you have a lack of center depth and you're going up against a player like Dominique. Just kind of what went into preparing for Dominique tonight?
Yeah, she's going to be really good, right? Her size and length and speed up and down the floor. It was in transition a lot early, and then when she got going, now she's catching on rolls and they're posting her up, and we really, we couldn't push her out enough, and then we came with some doubles, but, when she can get deep catches like that and just turn and score quick, she can turn over top of some of our smaller defenders. So she had a great night. She's a good player, but we can do a better job just with early physicality, ball pressure on the perimeter, and then being more aggressive when we do send two bodies to help our undersized post.
Great.
Maddie finished in double figures again today. Just what are you seeing from her as a relief option?
Yeah, a good, another scoring threat there on the floor. She's been consistent with that since she's been back, and we need that, right? We need some more scoring around Paige. It's just the reality of it when you look up and down that lineup. It's just, where are we going to get some consistent scoring? And so right now Maddie's been doing that for us at the 3 and the 4. So again, just love today it was on the old boards, right? She was good there in the first half, really crashing, getting us second possessions, keeping it close for us, and then just continues to be a good cutter off ball. And then it's just playing the chess game, right? You got to see, right? Teams matching up with posts on her at times when her and Haley are playing together. So just kind of mixing and matching her out on the perimeter and still finding ways to get her around the basket where she is so efficient.
What's the coach?
We'll go over here first, then we'll come back to you.
You got an extended look at Diamond today. What are you seeing from her development and how she's kind of fitting into the system as a player that's potentially signed beyond this year?
Yeah, just another great young piece with tremendous upside. Her length and athleticism, just the versatility that she brings on the defensive end, can guard multiple positions. And we tried some different things with her, right? We put her on some smaller guards. We switched with her size and length and asked her to battle. And then offensively, I just still getting comfortable with our spacing and timing and cutting, but continue to find opportunities for her to be able to attack downhill and put pressure on the rim.
Andrew.
Coach, with you doing the same thing and getting the same results game after game after game, what is that drastic thing that it would take to finish out the rest of the seasons?
Staying together, just sticking together and staying true to the process over and over again. I mean, you're bound to have a game like that with a young group that we have, and credit to Seattle again. It's the ability to now be resilient, to stay together, to learn from it, and to come out with a different effort and energy here against Golden State on Sunday.
Go to Rob on the Zoom.
Thanks, Rob Tios in the podium finish. Coach, you mentioned throughout this how Seattle's physicality and toughness dictated the game tonight. So how can the team use that as a learning moment to bring more of that edge into the game plan in these last 7 games?
Yeah, and again, I thought we did early. I thought we tried to establish a physicality, but there was a quick whistle early, and we were fouling. Like it's a balance, right? And just trying to establish a physicality with a young group, but what that looks like without fouling, like finding the discipline within that. There's a way to do it, and you see it with the veterans of this league that can really get into you without fouling. So we're learning, and again, that was a good. We'll take that from this game.
Coach, thank you.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.